Good morning, everyone, and I am looking at the 5-minute binaries. I do just want to reiterate that unless you have experience, you don't want to do the 5-minute binaries. I mean, they're very, very quick, so you really want to be an experienced trader to use these. So give me just a minute and now I do have my Nadex up, and what I'm watching here, I would like to go long, but I don't want to go long when this is overextended. So I'm going to wait a minute for that.
Find, evaluate, and monitor your investments with Morningstar Premium. Start.
I presume everyone can hear me. If you can just type a yes in the chat. See, this is exactly why I didn't want to go long. You can see because this stochastics was overextended, it's now retracing, and that was anticipated. And you can also see I've got a 1 minute, 5 minute, and a 15 minute with the reversal bar that's over on the 15 minute with the stochastics turning up. You would think that this is going to go up. We do have a market report on the British pound dollar in about 11 minutes. What I would prefer is to see this come back down here before I entered. It may not. It may just, come down a little and then go back up. Just have to wait and see. Don't be in a hurry to enter a 5-minute binary. Now, for those watching, I am using the Nadex demo account. You can see it here. That might help if you can see the screen. So, all of them will be done in the Nadex demo. There's no way that I will do my live account on a live setting. There's a lot of software to run, and it does slow the computer down. So let's go back and watch and see when we can get something. Now, price is currently at 3,000. I'm actually going to go in here at 3,003, and I'm just going to trade one contract and see if I can have it where y'all can see it. So, primarily, excuse me, primarily I'm focused on the 1 and the 3. This has about 3 minutes left in it, and we're only at 303. So basically you're looking at maybe a 3-pip move to the upside will be about here. You can see the stochastics is trying to curl over. You can also see I actually entered this at $29. You can go in and set a target. On the Nadex chart, I have that set to a 5-minute. So if you're looking at this and saying, well, it doesn't match over here, it's not going to. This is a 5-minute versus 1 minute over here. On this one, I lost the $29, and that was a good setup. You had the reversal bar there. The stochastics was overextended. It just went in the opposite direction. Being so close to the market, that is going to happen a lot. Try to get this expanded back out. Now we have a market report in about 5 minutes. So I want to go see what the euro dollar is doing. Let me get the Nadex back up. Let's go over to the euro. And I'm going to try one on the euro. Again, I opted to change because of the market report on the British pound dollar. And this is a 5-minute chart, so Now, if you notice, this is 1569, needs to move up to 1571. Now, one thing I also look at, guys, is okay, this is a 5-minute bar. You know, you can see this generally moves 2 strikes. Okay, here, if we move 2 strikes, we'll be up here at 1573. When you see these price bars are just staying within 1 strike, that's usually when I do not want to trade. And this one I really like because both this one and this one is overextended. That doesn't mean it will absolutely work in our favor. I mean, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. If you're new to trading, I would highly suggest that you start out with a 2-hour binary, not a 5-minute binary. Also, I don't pay a lot of attention to this chart over here. I'm mainly watching the chart over here. This is your underlying. This is actually the one that this is based on, so I prefer to watch this one. There's 20 seconds left in this one. And this just means that you're locked into it. You can't get out of it because there's no prices offered for you to exit. So this one we made the full payout. Now, even though we lost on the other one, we still have a profit because we're using these low risk binary options. And one of the things you want to make sure of is that when you're going in, especially like these little counter trend trades that I do, you know, you want to be overextended on as many time frames as you can. You know, in this case, I was overextended here, I was overextended here. We had the bullish bar. We were also overextended here. So, I mean, to me, this was a good setup, but so was the British pound. This one worked, the British pound didn't. That's the way 5-minute binaries go. One of my favorites to actually trade is the euro dollar. So also, I don't suggest that you do these all day long. You know, I usually do 2, maybe 3, and I'm done. That's really how simple it is to me. I do not continue jumping in, jumping in, jumping in, jumping in. Again, you see this is overextended, but you don't have it overextended here. Right now we've done 2 trades, one lost, one made money. We're profitable for the day. Will you always be profitable if you're trading 5-minute? Probably not. The only reason that I still have a profit is because I use out of the money binaries. TradingView, and I want to go back to this because I think a lot of traders get confused on this. This is the actual binary price that it's plotting, okay? You're not going to see a lot of difference between this price and this price, but there will be some differences. It does make a big difference in your candlestick patterns, okay? If I put this on a 1-minute chart, okay, some of these candlesticks will look differently, okay? And it can have an impact when you're trading candlestick patterns. That is because this is plotting the actual binary option versus this is the underlying instrument. This is actually plotting the actual euro dollar price chart, okay? It's a big difference. When I go in a trade, I want to make sure that I am trading the underlying instrument. Now, for those of you that do not have a charting platform, TradingView is an excellent option. You can get it for $30 a month. I have a link on my blog. Let me bring that up real quick. So if you come to TradersHelpDesk.com blog, then you'll see right here I have a link that you can click on for TradingView, and it really does have beautiful charts. Let me go back and see what this one's doing. Again, I'm not enthusiastic in entering another one right now because we're overextended. You see how there's a rhythm to the stochastics? You know, that's one of the things that I'm looking at. You can see it over here. It has a little bit of glitches in it, but you're getting a rhythm to it. You know, I like to see this rhythm, you know, sort of like an EKG monitor. It just has a rhythm to the market. That's what I want to see. And I'll tell you right now, some days you trade and everything just sets up beautifully, and this market goes into a really nice rhythm, and you can just ping 5-minute binaries, you know, for about an hour. And if you continue after that, you're going to lose your money. Okay. So I really try not to do that. If you haven't watched the Binaries, the price bar video, I do suggest you watch the price bar video. I do use that one a lot. Now you can see that there was a gap over here. If you noticed it, there's no gap on the underlying. It's just one of the differences that you'll see. And I have to make sure I can see how much time I have left. Okay, I'm not entering this right now, so I'm going to go grab another cup of coffee and then I'll be back. You can see how short-lived that was. It was one down bar. Those are hard to get out of, which is why, you kind of want it at the same time together. Because then you have two time frames that are saying, hey, this could potentially go down. And you want enough time for it to happen. If this turns out to be a bearish bar, we may go into it. If I can do it before it gets away from me. Let's go in here, see if I can get that. There. This is going to give you bearish divergence here. Okay. And if this turns out to be a bearish bar, you're going to have hidden divergence here. It's also bearish. Now you can see the difference between this 1 minute bar and this 1 minute bar. You really want to focus on the underline, which is this one. This is not where I want that candlestick to form. Let's see what my, okay. I was just trying to see what my risk was. I would like this to come down to 71. It's got about a minute and 30 seconds to do it. And see if we get filled at 11:50. What I don't want is for that to pop back up against me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get out. So that was 3 trades. 1 we lost. 2 we made money on. The losing trade I think was about $29, and then the next trade expired in the money, and that one I just took 50 or 60, I don't know. And that's it. It was 3 trades, great day, but that's it, I'm done. Any questions? Now, if you're a brand new trader, don't start out with the 5 minutes, start out with 5 minute here, start out with 15 minute over here, and then over here set it to a 30 minute, okay? And then do a 2-hour binary versus a 5 minute. It gives you time to think through your process. I've got over 15 years of trading experience, okay? I would not attempt this if I did not have that type of experience behind me. And then put a limit on it. Because these things run 24 hours a day, okay? You'll drive yourself crazy trying to trade that much. Just pick up a little bit of extra money and call it a day, okay? Any questions? Okay, if there's no questions, I'm going to end the live event. I hope everyone enjoyed it. I enjoyed you coming in and joining me. We had a good morning. But, you can have a bad morning on these things, too. Okay, I hope everyone has a wonderful trading day. And I do appreciate you joining me this morning. And hopefully I'll get more of these done.